Hi guys, welcome back to my video about Gundam G Eternal. Yeah, as I said earlier, that this game is very free-to-play friendly because a lot of the characters or the Gundams is actually accessible from the development program, development menu. Here you can see there's a lot of selectable unit you can get, an SSR nonetheless, and you can actually get multiple copies of the blueprint from the stages, so you can farm actually these units and get them to like limit break 2 or 3. And also some of these units, I mean most of all of these units, you need like a special kind of a upgrade to get them to level 100. So the cap is like 90. Therefore it's like you gotta be a bit of careful which unit you get to level 100, because not all of them might be on par to each other. So therefore today's video, I want to discuss about to which unit that might actually be the best for you. Again, I will put here that this is putting aside your favorite, okay? So first of all, we have to say that just ignore the development of G Gundam, Double O, which from Mercury, and also from the After the Calamity era. I mean, this IBO, right? The reason for that is like most of the units available here are actually still locked. So you can get certain, SSR unit like Gusion. If you like Gusion Gundam, you can go for it. But I don't really recommend it because next there are still more being held here, and the development cost is crazy high. If you see here, like 18 per Gundam, and even the earlier one like requires 16. So there's a lot of farming needs to be done to actually get something. But even though you actually try to make a Gundam out of it, there's only like 3 of them. One is a Grace Ein, and one is Barbatos. If you like Barbatos, you can go for him. And also, like here, Gusion. It's the same thing happened with the Double O. You only have the the package here. I forgot the GN Arms package, yes, and also the I think it's this Alvataro, I think, something like that. Yeah, Alvatore. Yeah. So yeah, it's not really that worthy unless you really like the series. So that narrows down to the option to like only 5 of them, and which seed itself is not actually complete. I have to say, from seed series, if you actually want to develop it, even though it's kind of hard, but I do think that the Perfect Strike is actually the best unit you can have here. Personally, I don't really like the Meteor Freedom because of the Meteor unit. It makes the mobility is kind of hampered in in Earth. Outside the outer space, they have mobility problem, and I do think it's really not that good, especially if you can actually get a freedom UR freedom here. So compared to UR freedom, I do feel it's kind of lackluster. For the ZAF, you can get Aegis and Providence. Personally, I would say that Perfect Strike and Providence is the best you can get here, though I don't really at first I don't really think you should supposed to focus on the Seed Gundam series, but since they are coming with the new story and definitely gonna open all of this, I do think it's a good time for you to start developing the Seed series Gundams, especially these two, the Providence, right? His name is Providence, yeah, and also the Perfect Strike. Other than that, there might be additional here, but we don't know yet. They're gonna reveal it later on. So yeah, that's the Seed series, but I don't really think that Seed series is really that great if you want to improve from them now. Let's see what happened after the update release. As for now, the best that you can get early game is actually this guy, Hyakushiki Gundam. Hyakushiki is a monster in terms of like, if you need someone that keep on countering the enemy attacks, Hyakushiki is your guy. This unit is so great that you can actually defeat some stages, the hard stages, with him single-handedly doing damage. Hyakushiki, yeah. Let me see here. I have a Hyakushiki, yeah. Hyakushiki, the thing that you need to power up is only the Mega Bazooka Launcher because it has like a quite huge damage, and also even though it's only one line, it's actually an absolute hit and also quite effective actually. But the best one is the Clay Bazooka. The Clay Bazooka is increase your damage based on your remaining HP, but other than that, it's a very high power move and it's a special type. So make sure that is either I think it has to be Quattro Vagina that actually pilot him. Maybe you have other, other UR pilots that have a very high awakening stat. You can actually put it with the Hyakushiki. So Hyakushiki is the best one you can have for now. The second one, I do believe the second best is actually still from Gundam Zeta, which is Zeta Gundam himself. Okay, here's the thing about both Zeta and Hyakushiki. Both Zeta and Hyakushiki are one of two best units in the Dev series, and they can actually be carried over to Double Z series. So if you have any stage in Double Z that requires you using any of these Gundam from Double Z era, you can check actually here. Well, let's see here. Preparation, and you can see that yes, Zeta and Hyakushiki can be deployed in any of the Double Z stage. This includes the hard stage, this challenge Eternal Road stage. You can see here, like we go to the Double Zeta, it's here. Yes, from here you can see Double Zeta. Yes, you can deploy both Zeta and Hyakushiki. So this is one of the best way to actually invest, because this two unit can be used in two main stories and their hard stages. So yeah, my money is on both of them as the one of the best unit you can get in the early game. So Zeta and Hyakushiki. If you want to get 100, I don't really recommend to get Zeta to level 100 because it's a support. So Zeta's ability is mostly support ability, right? Zeta has this defense down. Wait, this beam, yeah, it's defense down. This is the most important part of it. And giant beam saber is just okay because it's a damage type, but you need like a very high, morale to actually use it. So I don't really recommend that, but I recommend the Hyper Mega Launcher to be powered up, and you can keep Zeta at level 90. But if you want someone to get 100, it's Hyakushiki. Hyakushiki is very, very powerful. Alright, and then the third unit that I really want to recommend is actually rather hard to build. I have to say, any of the Wing Gundam suits is really, really hard to build, but Wing Zero actually is my personal favorite, but it's also one of the battle machines of the SSR. I got him to limit break 3 and level 100, and you see that it actually has much better stat than Strike Freedom. No, Freedom. Strike Freedom is not released yet. Yeah. The thing about Wing Zero is it's actually support, but it does hits like a main DPS, especially with a twin buster rifle. A twin buster rifle reduces their defense from beam, and also there's a buster rifle for defense down. I do personally prefer the twin buster because mostly Wing's ability are beam. One of the best thing about the Wing is actually the rolling buster rifle. So the thing about the rolling buster rifle, as you see here, the area is freaking huge. So the thing about here is like Wing is a unit that excel. It's a support unit, but it excels at getting inside the formation of your opponent. It's very advisable to actually get one kill on his first turn and then start to wreak havoc with the rolling buster rifle. So one use of rolling buster rifle is equal like a Wing giving you support on several enemies at the same time. So it's really, really good, and it hits really hard actually. Despite the ball here, I already said 2,800, but it actually hits like, it could hit like a half or more than half, and sometimes in the easier stage, it just wipes out every single thing on the map. So yeah, I do think it's Wing is really good. And the other one that really recommend is actually Tallgeese. And Tallgeese is rather easier to build because uh, the drop, there's two stages that can drop the technical journal, and also if you actually farm for Wing or Wing Zero, Wing Zero or Epyon, you can get a lot of Tallgeese. So yeah, Tallgeese is strong, very strong counter type tank. Again, with especially with the double gun beam, the ability this one is very great, and mostly it's like increased depth and increased evasion. So it's a bait tank. It's like a tank that you put in the middle of the opponent and just it starts wrecking havoc there. It's gonna stand there as long as possible. So the best kind of pilot for Tallgeese, I believe, is someone who has heals like Iona Basta. But the thing is, Iona doesn't really have the bonus for the Tallgeese. So yeah, but I do think that Tallgeese is one of the best tank, free-to-play tank you can have in this game. The other option is actually Epyon. Epyon is like budget Axia, but the problem with Epyon is like it's really hard to get a proper pilot for Epyon. It's unlike Wing Zero, which is like, yeah, you can just slap any pilot with one or two supports with Wing Zero as long as they have good range start. But as an attacker, you would want someone that actually can, get 3 times turn, like Machu or like Sazabi, and also like Axia pilot. But the problem with Epyon is like you don't have proper pilot for him yet. I mean, you can use Miliardo Peacecraft, but Miliardo Peacecraft ability is quite weird because Epyon's best ability is getting up close and personal. You have damage increase from this, but the thing is, Miliardo Peacecraft has ability that increase your range. So I'm not really sure who or why they do that. But so yeah, the problem Epyon is great, very powerful unit, and it has also increased attack and also increased critical damage. But it's just that it lacks the proper pilot. I do think if there is a universal pilot like Shuji again for attackers, yeah, Epyon gonna have a great time. And then those are mainly what I recommend. But you can see here, actually there's a one quite nice unit which is a GPO3 Gundam, G3 Gundam. Sorry, G3 Gundam is actually rather quite good actually. G3 Gundam is one of the first you can get because the development is really easy, as you see, like just and it's require very small amount of development blueprint. You see here, like only Gundam this development blueprint. Other than that, it doesn't need anything. So it's rather easy to get to maximum level, and G3 is I do say like pretty okay with the increased accuracy and increased attack. Especially the increased accuracy might be helpful because some other type opponents is very hard to hit. But the problem with the G3 is like we have free GACHA. So GACHA actually fills the slot of the attacker for the Gundam series. So yeah, it might pales in comparison to standard GACHA. But if you want additional DPS for the Gundam series challenge, and the thing is, Gundam series challenge usually have the lowest requirement. So whether it's worth or not, it's quite rather questionable actually. But if you want to, G3 is something that you might want to do. I mean, it's cool. I really like the silver color here, but I don't recommend any of the Xeon mobile suit, to be honest. Even sorry if I relog, that's what happened. Yeah, maybe Gian, but I don't really think that Gian is a better tank than the Tallgeese. Maybe some people can prove otherwise, but the problem with Gian is harder to build, definitely harder to build because of the requirement, and also accuracy down is not really what you want in a tank. So yeah, that's they have the attack down, but I don't think that it actually tanks as good as Tallgeese. But yeah, you can go actually to Gian, but the other two I don't really recommend them unless you like the unit. So yeah. and or maybe you want to go for them to just to get the Caswell Gundam. So yep, that's to wrap up. The most recommended unit to get is always Hyakushiki, then Zeta Gundam, and then Wing. The Wing series, especially Wing Zero and also Tallgeese. Ultron is pretty good as well. If you want, either you want to go for Ultron or Wing Zero. But Ultron actually has a better time than the Epyon, so you can go with Ultron. Personally, I still prefer Epyon, but Ultron has a better critical. Then you can go with the Gundam G3. So yeah, that's all for me, and see you next time. Bye bye.